I only talked about this with people who personally emailed me and sent me a DM on Instagram. And I answered the question that I got in our emotional decluttering online group where we meet bi-weekly and process stress and talk about our emotions. It was about, why are you moving away from the simple lifestyle videos and the external decluttering and mindfulness on an external level, and where you're getting more into emotional decluttering and letting go of the clutter that is internal? And my answer to that question, the reason why I deleted a lot of the videos, was because I wanted to start afresh and set the reset button and kind of, in some sense, declutter my channel. The reason was because for 2 years, maybe almost 3 years, I've been struggling with being truly passionate about my YouTube channel and our community. I felt more so that I was serving other people's needs and playing a particular role of being this person who had a certain lifestyle. So I was kind of fitting myself into that mold of fame, success, status, and the number of followers I was gaining. That to me at some point became so tiring, because initially the reason why I started my channel was so I can talk about my struggles and how I started to overcome it with all these transformation. But there came a point where I was more getting into the trap of materialism, about the things that I owned, the things that I ate, the things that I did. It was more about flaunting that action and lifestyle and indirectly saying, look how peaceful I am. Look how my lifestyle is so much better than how it was before. So it was a way of satisfying a bit of my pride. And although every time I made videos and uploaded, I was honest, I was open, and I was just showing my regular day-to-day activities, my vlogs, I wasn't faking anything, I still had this feeling deep down inside that there was a sense of pride that was the motivator. And I realized that's the ego. That's the ego identity attachment to the things that I have built up so far. And I wanted to let all of that go and allow myself to no longer serve people and be their eye candy of showing them a good life and just only talking about the positive things that are happening in my life. I want to get into the dirty stuff too, the things that I have struggled with, which was anxiety, fear, depression, lack of self-esteem, the vulnerabilities. So I wanted to talk about that more than anything. And I had this great awakening of just seeing that the reason why I started my channel in the first place was so I can share this humanness with everyone. My addiction, my negative emotions, my attachments and distractions that I was holding on to, like my binging and overeating and chronic stress. What I wanted most was honesty, transparency. And more I saw myself getting further away from that. And maybe people felt it and maybe they didn't, but it was more so important that I recognized it. I forgave myself for that confusion. And I'm glad right now I'm just doing what I love. Talking about emotions, talking about spirituality, talking about the higher self. Those things I feel like are more meaningful for me, instead of just showing people what I eat, what I do, what I wear. Those things are nice too, but then that's not all to me. And I'd rather just let those be my daily doings and not something that I make money out of or have sponsorships with. I just want to be myself and be open. And it took me quite some time to acknowledge this yearning to be less materialistic, to be less superficial, to be less of an influencer, and be a YouTuber. I just wanted to show up in front of my camera and then be open, be available, and do the coachings with you intimately, do the classes with you on an intimate level, one-on-one with real people, instead of just being this girl on someone's monitor, on a TV screen, on someone's phone. I wanted that human connection. And what better way is there than to talk about my feelings, talk about our humanness, our struggles, our shared adversities and difficulties. I know that lifestyle things we can't relate that much if we have a different lifestyle, but emotions, that's a common ground. We all have emotions and ways of coping with them. So it took me some time to register this, and I did a lot of tapping, EFT tapping. I did a lot of shadow work. I noticed there was mental blocks, that I didn't want to give up the fame that I built up. I didn't want to give up the Youheum identity that I have built up. I didn't want to give that up. There was emotional attachment. There was this limited belief system of scarcity, that if I delete my videos or if I move away from the lifestyle thing, then people are going to abandon me, neglect me, and they're not going to love me for who I am. And I processed that for the past 2 years as I continue my inner work journey. And what a relief it was to finally realize my worth is not determined by the amount of views. It's not determined by the amount of subscribers that I'm gaining steadily. It's not determined by what I'm creating and putting out there. My worth is intrinsic. And what is intrinsic and innate is the capacity to be happy. So by doing what I love, by having joy and smiling through this journey of sharing the tough life that we all are going through and the emotions and the spiritual things, that I can really be myself. I can really be happy. I can really be content. When I felt that tremendous relief of not caring what people had to say about it, and not caring if people will leave me and think what I'm doing now, it's not meaningful to them. When I processed that, I just felt ready to let everything go. And now I think after I let it go, and now I'm more steadily doing what I love, I don't even think it mattered that I deleted the videos or not. It really doesn't matter. It just was a symbolic gesture of that tremendous relief that I felt. But now it doesn't really matter if it's there or not. But then, in the sense that it was symbolic, it perhaps was meaningful and it was needed. And I'm really glad there are those who are open and understanding, who give me the freedom that I have always had. I've acknowledged the freedom within, and then I'm attracting a lot of people that are willing to allow that freedom to be present. And we're all free in our decision to do what we want to do, to create what we want to create, to share what we want to share. Well, I'm happy I was able to share this with you. And to answer one last question that I want to address is, are you gonna stop doing minimalism? Are you gonna stop doing sustainability or all these things that I was talking about previously in my lifestyle? Are you gonna stop practicing mindfulness? And I think that those things are not separate from me. There's no me and then there's these things and practices and tools. I'm the totality of this unfolding. So there's nothing that changed about me. There's nothing that is different about myself. I'm evolving, I'm growing. And those things, those identities, those labels of ism really doesn't matter to me anymore because I'm just me. I'm not me who is doing this and this and this and that. It's just attachment. It's just the ego craving some kind of grasp to hold on to say, hey, I'm this person. Look at me. But I have no desire for that nowadays. I just want to be authentic. I just want to be honest. And it's not about being, it's about presence. Just isness. Just existing. No trying, no effort, no labor. I let go. I let go of the money. I let go of the success, the fame, the likes, the dislikes, the comments. I let go of the haters. I let go of the judgment, the criticism. I forgive and enjoy. That's the whole purpose of this creation, this journey. That's the whole purpose of being on YouTube, which is a platform that is about nurturing creativity and sharing with fellow human beings. Well, thank you for joining me and allowing me to share this in intimacy. And it's up to you if you want to be here or not. It's up to you if you want to journey on. It's up to you if you want to get into emotions with me and dive a little bit deeper than more beyond the superficial lifestyle stuff. Because deep down inside, for me, all the things that I have done, all the choices I have made in terms of lifestyle was all possible because I emotionally shifted. I emotionally transformed. That's why my addiction was gone. That's why my habits changed. That's why I became a more relaxed and mindful and peaceful person. And the journey is continuing. The journey is unfolding. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon with my new videos. And feel free to check out the new ones that I have uploaded previously if you want some more insights on what I've been up to.